Hello, juniors. Welcome back for week 8 as we run down the assignments for week 8. I want to share with you kind of how week 8 and then week 9 are going to flow. We have something kind of interesting happening. So week 8 is this week, Monday through Friday, typical schedule, nothing new to see there. Next week is week 9, which is the week before your fall break. And it's a full week, Monday through Friday, should be the same schedule and everything. But here's the tricky part, is we are used to turning all of our work on the following Monday. Well, the following Monday will be in the middle of your spring break. So instead of you turning in work the following Monday, you're going to turn it in the Friday. And so what I'm going to do this week is assign you, there's a project and a couple assignments. And the project isn't going to be due, not this Friday, but the following Friday, October 2nd. So you're going to have about a week and a half to work on this. Of course, I don't say wait till the last minute and get it done. Try to get it done as early as possible. But that way you can, on the Friday before fall break, you can have your work done, turned in, because that's the day it's due. And then you go to fall break and have a whole week where you don't have to worry about anything, at least from your AVID class. I don't assign things over the break. My philosophy is that students should work hard when you're in school, and you should relax and take breaks when you are not in school. I don't plan to assign you any work over the break. So let's take a look at that work so we can see what's going on with the class. Okay, so when you go into week 8, what we're going to be doing this week is making a college report. There's a couple reasons why I want to go into making a report. One is, one of the things we push in AVID is your writing ability and making sure that you're always improving as a writer. 2 is to take all that research that you've done and now bring it together, synthesize it into an idea about what this school is about. And 3 is just to talk about colleges and get you really branded with the idea that you are setting yourself up to go to college a year from now when you fill out your applications. Okay, so there's 3 reasons for that to report. Other 2 things this week are going to be Cornell Notes, questions and summary. And then we're going to do a quick calendar check, screenshot or photo. Cornell Notes, like I said, those are should be graded. They should have those grades to you early this week from the last 2 checks. You did a series of notes last week. You'll do 1 more set of notes this week for 4 classes, just like we've been doing in the online notebook. But I am not going to expect you to do Cornell Notes next week on week 9. Because again, with the shortened week, you're learning Monday through Friday. How can I possibly expect you to summarize 3 questions and a summary for 4 classes on the Friday when you just finished all the learning for Friday? I don't think that's very fair. So this will be the last week of Cornell Notes before fall break. When we come back from fall break, we'll start it up again. But yeah, I'm not going to do a Cornell Notes assignment for week 9. So this will be the last one for week 8. So those are those 3 things. College report, which is due not again this Friday, but the following Friday, October 2nd. Take a screenshot or photo of how you're keeping track of events and calendar items and deadlines and things like that. And then Cornell Notes for week 8. So assignment number 1, again, typical. This is just taking a picture of how you're keeping track of all those assignments. Take a picture, screenshot, photo, whatever you want to do. Upload it into Jupyter. That's that assignment. Assignment number 2, nothing new here. Cornell Notes for the week. Again, picking 4 classes. What did you learn from these 4 classes? Turn that into 3 questions. Then answer those 3 questions in your summary in detail. And so there's nothing new there. That's typical as always. The new thing this week, which again is going to be this week and next week, is this college report. It seems new, but it actually is not. Again, due Friday, October 2nd. So all those notes that you've taken for the last 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago, you picked 5 schools and you went and researched a whole bunch about those 5 schools, took some notes on them. You turned that into Jupyter. 2 weeks ago, I had you research 2 more schools, did some notes on them, turned those into Jupyter. Last week, I had you pick 5 more schools, did notes on them, did research, turned it into Jupyter. So that should give you a total of 12 schools. The assignment last week was to take those 12 schools and put them into your categories of dream schools, good schools, backup schools. Okay, now that you know which ones are your dream schools, which ones are your good schools, which ones are your backup schools, now I want you to write me a summative, synthesized paragraph or two about each school. That's basically what we're doing. So those notes that you took, it's time to use them. And so what do I have here? It says for each college, what am I looking for? I'm looking for you to tell me stuff you found out from their website. Turn that into sentences. Just use those notes you took, turn them into sentences. I'm looking for you to tell me information that you got from those Google searches. I spell the word testimonial correctly. And this might be new. You might have to go back to those Google searches for those colleges because I am actually wanting a quote, one quote that is positive, one quote that is negative about the college, and explain what they're talking about and whether this matters to you or applies to you or why not. So for instance, let's say I'll use my alma mater, UCSD. A positive quote of UCSD might be, UCSD is a very great school for science majors who are looking to be pre-med. So let's just say somebody said that. So I quote it, and then I would explain in my report what this person is saying is that if you are a science major, this is a good school to go to, especially if you want to go into medicine. And then I need to explain why does that matter to me or why does that apply to me? Well, since I was a science major, this does apply to me. So I would say this applies to me because I want to study science, and this means that this would be a good school for me to go to. If I was not a science major, let's say I was going to be a liberal arts major, I might say, this doesn't really apply to me because I'm planning to study liberal arts and this school doesn't seem to have the right program for me, or something like that. Same thing with the negative quote. A negative quote about UCSD might be that there's not much of a social life, there's not much of a party scene, there's not a lot of Greek life like fraternities and sororities. And so I'd quote it. I would explain what this person is basically saying, that all the fun that we see in movies about college is not really going to happen. And then again, does this apply to me? Does this matter to me? I might say, yeah, this matters to me because I want to go to college and I want to have a fun time, and this sounds like this may not be the fun school to go to. Or I might say, actually, this doesn't matter to me at all. I'm not interested in partying while I'm at college because I want to get my degree and get out of there. So again, it's not about whether it's right or wrong, just does it apply to you or does it matter to you? And so that's what we're doing with the quotes for the school. So you might have to go get those from Google again. I'm not sure a lot of people wrote down quotes. This section talks about diversity. And so again, you can feel free to go grab a graph on diversity. Like you can go find it on the internet and just put a graph in there of like the breakdown of like ethnic groups or religions or cultural backgrounds of any type. And again, explain whether this matters to you or does not matter to you. So like, let me give you an example. Like UCSD, typically if you look at the diversity charts, it's mostly white and Asian people. Maybe that matters to you. So you would say, you know what? I've noticed at UCSD that there's a lot of white and Asian people on the campus. This matters to me because I'm looking to be around more Spanish-speaking Hispanic population, and this school may not offer that for me. Or you might say, UCSD seems to have a lot of white and Asian people on their campus as students. This doesn't really matter to me because I'll go to school with anybody and that doesn't apply to me at all. Either way works. That's where the personal information comes in. And then the last section is about location. I want you to tell me about the location. You can actually copy and paste a picture from the Google Maps into your report. And again, explain, does this location matter to you? Does this location mean anything to you? Like we said, Humboldt University is pretty much in the middle of a forest up in Northern California where it rains a lot. Maybe that matters to you. Maybe that doesn't matter to you. Explain why. And so it sounds like a lot, but it's actually not. So some notes, 2 quotes, information about the diversity, information about the location, and you do that for all 12 schools. That is why I'm giving you this week and next week. So if you were to do one of these a day, you would have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's not to work on Saturday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's only 10 days. So you need to do a little more than one a day. You could bust out 5 a day and get it done in like 3 days, but it's really up to you. This is where that independent study comes in. We will talk about this project more. I will answer your questions about it when we have the check-in meeting on Wednesday, because I'm pretty sure you're good with Cornell Notes, and I'm pretty sure you're good with the time management. The one thing we need to talk about is this report that you are turning in Friday, October 2nd. Okay? So that definitely want to get started on that this week. And we'll talk on Wednesday about it some more. So I will see you all on Wednesday. Let me know if you have anything you need ahead of time, but I'll answer all your questions on Wednesday. Have a good one.